श्रीचक्रवरदाचार्यं शुद्धसत्त्वगुरुत्तमं श्रीनिधिं राघवं वन्दे ह्यपारकरुणाकरम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजः किमपि हयमुखं वर्धकं वारिराशेः विद्यारूपस्य हृद्यं विशदशशिनिभं पद्मजाताभिनन्द्यं शङ्खं चक्रं च पुस्तं विवृतिरतिमतीं ज्ञानमुद्रां च लक्ष्मीं बिभ्रद्विभ्राजमानं श्रुतिततिमहितं लोचनानेकदृश्यं कमलाकान्तभक्तेभ्यः विद्वद्भ्यश्च महीतले कैन्बरापुरवासिभ्यः कान्तिमद्भ्यो नमो नमः। विज्ञानविषयान् सर्वान् अस्मद्धर्मे सनातने आस्ट्रेलिया राजधान्यां कैन्बरायां वदाम्यहम्। A very good evening to all. It gives me immense pleasure to meet you all and deliver this discourse on the topic Science and Sanatana Dharma. At the outset, I wish to extend my heartfelt thanks to Canberra Hindu Sangam for giving me this wonderful opportunity to deliver this 2-day discourse in English in front of you all, and it truly gives me immense pleasure to meet you all, Hindus and Indians, in this city of Canberra, and I am immensely pleased and I am immensely thankful to Canberra Hindu Sangam for giving me this opportunity. So today's topic is Science and Sanatana Dharma. World War II was going on, 1939 to 1945, World War II was going on. UK, US, they were all on one side. On the other hand, Germany, Japan, they were all on the other side. Now, Japan, Germany, they were all attacking the US. So, US, UK, they all sat together. They wanted to find a solution. They summoned a scientist called Robert Oppenheimer. You might have heard about him. They summoned Robert Oppenheimer. Robert Oppenheimer then devised the atom bomb. 2 bombs to be dropped, nuclear bombs, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That bomb which was dropped in Hiroshima in August 1945 is called Little Boy. The one dropped in Nagasaki was called Fat Man. Little Boy was made of uranium. Fat Man was made of plutonium. So uranium, plutonium, Little Boy, Fat Man, 2 nuclear bombs were devised. But a nuclear test had to be conducted before dropping them in Japan. For that, in USA, a nuclear test was conducted, headed by the scientist Robert Oppenheimer. The nuclear test was done. The nuclear bomb just blasted like anything. On seeing that, Robert Oppenheimer exclaimed and said, "When the radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst into the sky at once." Please note, when the radiance of 1,000 suns was to burst at the sky at once, it would remember the splendor of the supreme cosmic form of Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita, he said. Oppenheimer saw the blast of the atom bomb. He saw the light and fire which emerged. He says, this resembles the cosmic form Vishwarupam which was taken by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Oppenheimer has said at Bhagavad Gita, the shlokam is actually Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapad Uttita Yedi Bhasadrishi Sasyat Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. He has given exact English translation. When the radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst at the sky at once, it would resemble the splendor of the Supreme One in his cosmic form in Bhagavad Gita Vishwarupa Darshanam. So this shows that a scientist who has done a lot of research into the external world has still some inclination towards the internal world and spirituality, and he compares the explosion of atom bomb to the Vishwarupam cosmic form of Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita. Not only that, he adds another shlokam from Bhagavad Gita. After taking Vishwarupam, Krishna says, Kalosmi lokakshayakrit pravriddaha. I am Kala. I have come to destroy the worlds. Now Oppenheimer says, I am death, the destroyer of the worlds. The Lord exclaimed in Bhagavad Gita, and this atom bomb also resembles the same thing. So even on seeing an atom bomb, he is a hardcore scientist. He has done a scientific invention, but he tries to relate that scientific invention with spirituality of Bhagavad Gita, and he compares the exploding atom bomb to the Vishwarupam and cosmic form of Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita. This shows that science, spirituality, they are not contradictory things. Usually we think that no, science and spirituality, they are contradictory. No, rather science and spirituality are complementary, because both have one thing in common. On one hand, science is a limited thing, but our Sanatana Dharma or spirituality is unlimited. So it is very difficult to bind spirituality within the limits of science, I accept. But at the same time, both involve research. Science involves research into the external universe. Spirituality or Sanatana Dharmam involves research into the internal universe. The common point is, as you do research more and more and more into the external universe, ultimately you will land up in the internal universe of spirituality. As you research more into the external universe, one day or other, ultimately it will take you to the internal universe of spirituality. On the other hand, as you research more into the internal universe of spirituality, it will automatically give you insights about the science of external universe. Let me give you two examples. If you research more into the external universe, it will ultimately take to internal universe of spirituality. The example is Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is one of the greatest scientists we have ever seen. He has done a lot of inventions. Albert Einstein once remarked, "When doubts haunt me," these are the words of Albert Einstein, "when doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, and when I see not one ray of hope on the horizon, I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find a verse to comfort me." This was said by Albert Einstein. So, as we go more into the external universe of science, it finally takes us to the internal universe of spirituality. Now, the converse, vice versa. As we do more spiritual research, we go more into the internal universe. One day or other, that internal universe reveals a lot of insights into the external universe science also. The examples are our sages like Bodhayana, Kanada, Bhaskara. They were all sages. They were involved in meditation. But these sages have revealed a lot of scientific facts in their sacred works. If you read their sacred works, they have given a lot of scientific facts also. So, spiritual people have revealed some scientific facts. On the other hand, some scientists have shown interest in spirituality. This shows that science, Sanatana Dharmam or spirituality, they are not contradictory to each other, rather they are complementing each other. But one thing is there. Our ancestors gave our Sanatana Dharmam or spirituality for the main benefit of spiritual advancement only. I accept that there are a lot of scientific benefits in our day-to-day practices in Sanatana Dharmam. But scientific benefit is additional secondary benefit. Because the main benefit is spiritual advancement, which cannot be given by any other scientific habit. But this Sanatana Dharmam, this practice can give you that spiritual advancement. So that is the main benefit. But confining myself to today's topic, today we are going to see the scientific facts which are embedded within the holy texts of our Sanatana Dharmam. And also the scientific benefits which we can extract by adhering to the practices of Sanatana Dharmam. So on one hand, scientific facts embedded within Sanatana Dharmam. On the other hand, scientific benefits we can derive by adhering to the practices of Sanatana Dharmam. So without further delay, we are going to see the points one by one. Point number 1, atomic physics and Sanatana Dharmam. What man, initially you are going to atomic physics and all. Yes, atomic physics and Sanatana Dharmam. Last year, February, I had been to Geneva to deliver a discourse on Bhagavatam. My friend Sri Malolan there, he took me to the place called CERN, CERN, Central European Nuclear Research Center. I usually never go for sightseeing when I go for discourse because we have to focus on the main area. If we go for sightseeing, it may distract us. No, who knows, it may affect my health also, because in all other profession you can avail leave. Can a speaker avail leave? No, today as I am suffering from fever, I am unable to come to the program today. So can we have the program next day? We can't avail leave like that. So in other professions you can avail leave. In Upanyasam or discourse you cannot avail. So I usually avoid sightseeing. But my friends stressed a lot, you please come and see CERN. I went to CERN, Central European Nuclear Research Center. I asked him what are they doing here. He explained, they are researching about microparticles and atomic particles. With that research on atomic and subatomic particles, they are trying to deduce the nature of universe. They are trying to deduce the way the universe was created. They are doing a lot of research. I asked him how the research is going on. He explained, they have dug a tunnel 300 feet below the ground. They have created a tunnel 300 feet below the ground and created a vacuum inside that tunnel. Now, microparticles are there within that tunnel and they collide the microparticles clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise at the temperature of minus 273.15 Kelvin. What, man? We thought you would speak something interesting. You are speaking a lot of scientific facts. Minus 273.15 Kelvin temperature, vacuum, 300 feet below the ground, a tunnel. In that tunnel, microparticles are colliding in the clockwise, anti-clockwise direction, and they are doing research with bubble chamber photography. When they researched the microparticles with bubble chamber photography, they found out two important things. When the particles collide in the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, particles are created as well as destroyed. The number of particles created was exactly equal to the number of particles destroyed. Point number one. The number of particles created was exactly equal to the number of particles destroyed. In between creation and destruction, the particles are moving, right? The particles are moving in a rhythmic fashion. So two things. Number of particles created is exactly equal to number of particles destroyed. Second thing is, in between creation and destruction, they are moving in a rhythmic fashion. Now you tell me, whose statue can be kept at the entrance of CERN? Whose statue can be kept? Any scientist? Newton, Pascal, Einstein, Shiva. Which form of Shiva? Nataraja. They have kept a 6 feet idol of Lord Nataraja, the cosmic dance of Shiva, the dancing Shiva Nataraja. They have kept a 6 feet idol of Lord Shiva in the dancing posture in front of CERN. I asked my friend, what is the relation between Lord Nataraja and CERN? They have dug a tunnel 300 feet below the ground, created vacuum, minus 273.15 Kelvin temperature. They are colliding microparticles clockwise, anti-clockwise. Lord Shiva has nothing to do with this. Why they have kept Lord Shiva's idol here? The two dancing form of Shiva. Then I came across a book written by Fritjof Capra, a scientist. The book is named The Tao of Physics. You can also refer Google. Not now, after the discourse is over. You can refer Google, because if you are looking at mobile phone at this time, then I may think that I am boring a lot. That's why they are looking at mobile phone. I may think like that. So let's come back to the topic. You can see that because he is not an Indian author. Because if we say Indian author, people may not believe. No, Indian authors may. So he is a foreign author. Fritjof Capra, in his book The Tao of Physics, page number 11, he gives the explanation why this dancing form of Shiva is kept in front of CERN. He says the cosmic dance of Shiva Lord Nataraja is the simplest symbolic representation of particle physics. Fritjof Capra, in his Tao of Physics, he says dancing form of Shiva is the simplest symbolic representation of particle physics. If you observe the right hand of the dancing Shiva Nataraja, he has a drum. If you observe his left hand, he will carry fire. The drum sound signifies creation, because creation came from sound. Fire signifies destruction, because fire can destroy particles. He has drum in his right hand, fire in his left hand. Drum signifies creation of atomic particles. Fire signifies destruction of atomic particles. What was the point they found out? Point number one, number of particles created was exactly equal to the number of particles destroyed. If you observe Lord Shiva's dance, his right hand would be at the same level as his left hand, to show that the drum and the fire are at the same level. Right hand, left hand, they are at the same level, to show that number of particles created is exactly equal to the number of atomic particles destroyed. So the drum signifying creation, fire signifying destruction, they are at the same level. Creation and destruction are equal. In between, what they found out, the atomic particles were moving in a rhythmic fashion, that is represented by the rhythmic dance of Nataraja, because dance always has a rhythm. So they have found out that even without bubble chamber photography, we don't know whether Indians had bubble chamber photography, We are not sure whether they dug a tunnel 300 feet deep into the ground. We do not know whether they created a temperature of minus 273.15 Kelvin. But we are sure that Indians had knowledge of particle physics. Not only knowledge, they knew how to represent it symbolically to a common man. That's why they represented it in the form of a dancing idol of Lord Shiva. So, this fire in his left hand and drum in his right hand, they are at the same level to show that whenever particles collide, number of particles created is exactly equal to number of particles destroyed. And in between, they are moving in a rhythmic fashion. It is the dance. That's why Nataraja's dance is called cosmic dance. Cosmos means everything is going in an orderly way. The opposite is antonym is chaos. Chaos means everything is going haphazard. But if everything is in orderly way, like this auditorium, here everything is going in an orderly manner. This is called cosmos. But if it goes the other way, it will be called chaos. This universe is going as cosmos. This universe is not chaos. 24 hours a day, 365, 1/4 days for a year. We can adjust leap year and all. But the calculation is actually same. So the earth moves in an orderly manner around the sun. Moon revolves around the earth in an orderly manner. Everything goes in an orderly manner. This is called cosmos. This cosmos is represented as a dance. That's why it is called cosmic dance. The basic particles, atomic particles, created, destroyed, they are all equal in number. So this is the simplest, easy representation of the particle physics. That's why in the headquarters of CERN, they have kept the idol of Lord Nataraja in his dancing posture. I then inquired my friend, have the people of CERN acknowledged this? Because Fridge of Capra has written, have they acknowledged this? My friend told me, I am not sure, but they have one strong opinion here, he said. What is it, I asked. They are saying, only after the arrival of Nataraja statue, research is progressing very well, they say. So, our Sanatana Dharma has got deep scientific facts as deep as subatomic particles. This is point number 1. Let's go to point number 2. In our Sanatana Dharma spirituality, we say it is very good to wake up early in the morning, in the early hours of the dawn. We call it as Brahma Muhurtam, right? Many of you would have heard the term Brahma Muhurtam. What is Brahma Muhurtam? It is a period of 48 minutes. It starts 96 minutes before sunrise and ends 48 minutes before sunrise. 96 minutes before sunrise to 48 minutes before sunrise, that period is called Brahma Muhurtam. It is very auspicious to wake up in Brahma Muhurtam. The reason, spiritual reason has been given in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, every day we go to sleep, right? Who is protecting us when we are sleeping? To be more precise, what is the guarantee that we will wake up the next day? Many of us are sleeping, okay, I will see it tomorrow morning. Who knows whether we will see it or not? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Prajnena Atmana Samparishvakto na Bhakyam Kinchana Veda Nantaram. When this Jivatma, the soul, is sleeping, God Paramatma embraces the Jivatma just like a mother embracing her sleeping child. The child doesn't know that mother is embracing, but to protect the child from cold, the mother will just embrace the sleeping child. Similarly, God is like a mother. We are like children. God embraces each Jivatma while we are sleeping. And while we wake up in the morning, God just releases us back into this cycle of wakefulness. That's why we say, when we wake up in the morning, I say, I have gained freshness. I feel fresh. Can a sleeping person gain anything? Can a sleeping person earn or gain anything? They said in government offices they can earn by sleeping itself. No. In general, can a sleeping person earn anything or gain anything? But a sleeping person, after 8 hours of sleep in the morning, he says, I have gained a lot of freshness. I have gained energy. How can a sleeping person earn? How can he gain? Because God has embraced him and provided him with freshness and energy, which he is saying, I have gained energy. Now, Brihadaranyaka says that God releases us in the morning time to wake up and do our work. The time in which God releases us back to wakefulness is Brahma Muhurtam. But some people wish to sleep beyond that and it is their own wish. But God will leave you by Brahma Muhurtam. He will embrace us at night. He will ensure that we have a good sleep. But when this Brahma Muhurtam comes, 96 minutes before sunrise to 48 minutes before sunrise, that time God will just release us. But many people wish to sleep beyond that. It is their wish. God will leave it to their wish alone. But if we wake up at that Brahma Muhurtam, we will still have the residual effect of being in communion with Lord. You might have heard the concept of inertia. Even if you apply the brakes, the vehicle will move on for some distance and then it will stop. Similarly, even after God releases you into this wakefulness, you will still have some residual effect of being in communion with Lord, that bliss, that clarity of mind. It will be there for some time. That 48 minutes is called Brahma Muhurtam. So, instead of wasting it by sleeping, if we wake up in that Brahma Muhurtam, we can unleash that freshness of mind. We can unleash that concentration. Your concentration will be very good. Your memory power will be very good. Your focus will be very good. Mind will be full of positive thoughts during that period. If you utilize that positively, then you can learn a lot. Because it is very good for learning, even not only for spiritual learning, for academic learning also, it is very good if you wake up early in the morning and read any book for that matter. It will give you good memory power, good concentration and good focus. This has been explained a lot in all our scriptures. And an Ayurvedic text also, Ashtanga Hridayam. It says, Brahme Muhurte Uttishtet Swastho Rakshartham Ayushaha. If a person wakes up early in the morning in Brahma Muhurtam, he will have a longer lifespan. These are all given in our Shastras. Recently, a biology professor of Germany by name Christopher Randler, he has done a research on studying in early in the morning and studying in late night. Because we have two kinds of students. Some students, they involve in late night studies. Some students, they involve in early morning studies. Christopher Randler, German professor of biology, he did research. This is also available in Google, his full research. He did research on late night studying students, early morning studying students. He has given the result that students who wake up early in the morning and study, they are doing very well in their studies than students who read in the night time. Not only that, he conducted research among employees also. And he has found that employees who wake up early in the morning have better career success and productivity than the employees who sleep late at night and wake up late in the morning. He says to increase productivity, wake up early in the morning, early to bed and early to rise. He says people who wake up early in the morning tend to procrastinate less. But people who wake up late, they all push everything backwards. They sleep late, wake up late, everything goes late. But people who wake up early have greater career success and productivity, he has proved. Not only that, our Ayurveda text, it said those who wake up early in the morning, they will have better quality of life, they will have longer lifespan. Now, Dr. Georg Huber of London, he has done a research and he has found that people who wake up early in the morning tend to have less stress and they are happier in their lives. We are all saying stress, tension, negativity, mental turmoil, lot of things we are speaking about. People waking up early in the morning tend to have less stress. They are happier in their lives. That's why tend to wake up early. He has written another research paper. So these all show that waking up early in the morning is good for our physical and mental health. It has been proved scientifically. Point number 2. So 1, atomic physics. Number 2, Brahma Muhurtam. Number 3, do you know the month of Dhanur Masam? We say Margazhi month in Tamil. It is called Dhanur Masam, mid-December to mid-January. Margazhi is known for bhajans early in the morning. Whenever that Dhanur Masam comes, Margashirsha month, we wake up in the Brahma Muhurtam and do bhajans. We walk along the streets. Usually men, they walk all along the streets and do bhajans and sing devotional songs all along the streets in the early hours of the morning. The reason is Margazhi month is considered auspicious for Devas. It is Brahma Muhurtam for Devas. Not only that, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Masanam Margashirshoham. I am Margazhi among the months. So it has got a lot of significance. On the scientific side, this Margazhi bhajan has got a great scientific scientific background. In Margazhi month, especially in India, the ozone layer gets nearer to the surface of the earth. During the month of Margazhi, that is mid-December to mid-January, Margasirsha month, Dhanurmasam, ozone layer comes nearer to the surface of the earth. If we walk in the streets in the early hours of Margazhi, we can definitely get a lot of fresh free oxygen from the ozone layer, because oxygen is O2, ozone is O3. If that ozone layer comes nearer to the surface, it will release a lot of fresh free oxygen. Now you tell me, when we walk and sing, we will breathe more, right? We will have shortness of breath, we tend to inhale more. So you walk along with your song doing bhajan, so you tend to inhale more air. As you inhale more air, you can inhale more fresh free oxygen from the ozone layer, which is nearer to the surface of the earth, which in turn, this inhalation of this oxygen gives fresh blood to our tissues, it improves our immunity, it cleans all our organs. Okay, this is for men. They do bhajans. What do women do during Margazhi? Color column. They put column in front of their homes. While putting column, they have to bend their backs. And then they have to draw the lines. If you bend your back and draw lines and put column, again you tend to breathe more. You tend to inhale more air. As you inhale more air, you can inhale fresh free oxygen from the ozone layer again. Again it freshens your blood, it cleans your organs and grants you good immunity. That's why waking up early in the morning and doing bhajans or putting color column, it has got a lot of scientific significance and grants you good health. This is point number 3. Point number 4, putting column itself has a great scientific background. We have to put column in front of our homes. On one hand, we put column with rice flour, because it is one way of feeding small insects. There are ants, there are flies, they have to go a long way in search of their foods. But if we put column with rice flour, ants, flies, they can all have that rice flour as their food. That's one point. Not only that, this column has got a lot of significance, and recently a research paper has come regarding the column. But these days people are not putting column. They are pasting a sticker at the entrance of their home. This is called our column. In Sanskrit, to say enough of you, what do we say, Alam. In Sanskrit, alam means enough. Now this column is also alam. Add alam to column. Alam column it will become. Because that's what happening. They are just pasting a sticker in front of their home. This is our column. Actually, this column has got a lot of significance. Before going into the scientific fact, let me tell you my experience. When I was doing 6th standard in my school, my aspiration was to become a doctor. So we have to score more marks in biology. Only then we will get a medical seat. But in biology, always girls tend to score more marks than boys. Always, all subjects, that's different, but especially in biology, girls get more marks than boys. All our boys get low marks, but girls get better marks in biology. I was upset. That's a great mindset. But I did not have that kind of a mindset, but I was so selfish. I went to my teacher. I asked him, sir, you are not giving marks to boys. You are giving all marks to girls only. They are scoring better in biology. We are unable to score. My biology teacher told me, no, Venkatesh, it is not like that. In biology, whatever theory you write, it doesn't matter. Diagrams matter. You have to draw neat diagrams, beautiful diagrams, appealing diagrams. If the diagrams are good, we will automatically give marks. If the diagrams are not neat, if they are not neatly marked with the parts, if they are not beautifully drawn, if they grow in a cross or crooked way, we won't give you marks even if you write everything perfectly. Diagrams matter, he said. I asked, sir, is there any secret why girls are drawing diagrams better, we are unable to draw? He said, we are all 90s kids. In those days, girls put column in front of their homes. That's why with that practice, they are drawing diagrams better. He exactly said the word. Their handwriting will be good. Usually, women's handwriting will be better than men's handwriting. That fine movement. Similarly, they draw diagrams better. because they are used to putting column in front of their homes. That has given them good fine movement. That's why with that fine movement they are able to draw diagrams better. They have good handwriting, and obviously because of that good handwriting only they score good marks in all subjects, he said. It is his opinion, not my opinion. Please don't get angry on me. So coming back to our topic. Now recently I read an interesting article. It said drawing column develops 6 mathematical skills. Drawing column develops 6 mathematical skills. What are they? Counting, measuring, designing, identifying, experimenting, and explaining. Counting. They first put dots before drawing the column. Counting, for this column 36 dots, for this 48 dots. They make a mental calculation and then count and put the dots. So counting is there. Then measuring. They have to measure how much space should be there between each dot, how much alignment they are measuring. Number 3, designing. Within those dots they put a design and create the column. Number 4, identifying. They should be able to identify what they are drawing, because even if they are unable to identify, how can the person who watches, he cannot identify. So they are able to identify what is what. 5, experimenting. They do a lot of experiment in that column. And last but not the least, explaining. They are able to explain the column. This is the hidden point within this column. They are able to explain. So counting, measuring, designing, identifying, experimenting, and explaining, 6 mathematical skills are developed by just drawing column in front of our homes. This is point number 4. Now coming to point number 5. We do pranayamam every day. Breathing exercise. We have to first inhale the air slowly with one nostril. Then we have to hold the air for some seconds and then release the air slowly with the other nostril. This breathing exercise, it is called pranayama. In our tradition, even during Sandhya Vandanam, we have to do pranayama many times. Recently, my friend, he went to a doctor for respiratory problems. Doctor checked and told him, you are suffering from COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. You have got COPD problem in lungs. You have to do breathing exercise daily, pranayamam daily. He came to my Acharya, Dr. Karunagara Acharya Swami. He asked him, did you do Sandhya Vandanam daily? No, I did not do. Had you done Sandhya Vandanam, you would not have got this COPD at all, because in Sandhya Vandanam, we have to do this prana, but we have to do it properly. That's another thing. Somebody just keep their fingers on their nose. That's not enough. We have to just close our nostril with this finger and then inhale slowly the air using the left nostril and then hold it slowly and keep it inside, and then release slowly from this nostril, and then we close our ears. This is the proper procedure. We have to do it slowly. If we do it slowly, we won't get asthma, allergy, COPD, respiratory infection, and all these things. This breathing exercise clears our lungs very well, and now scientists say this pranayamam has got a lot of scientific benefits. They say we have got a lot of stress, right? In these days, everybody is running. Nobody is clear of even what they are doing. Recently, I went to one place for a upanyasam. After the upanyasam, many people came to me to take selfies. Many people took selfies with me and they went. Finally, one person, before I was about to board my car, he came. Sir, one selfie, please. I took selfie with him. After taking selfie, he asked me, sir, who are you? What? You took selfie with me? You are asking me, who are you? He said, sir, everybody was taking selfie with you, so I also took selfie, but I am not sure who are you, please tell me. So everybody is in a confused state. We don't know what is right, what is wrong, we are unable to deduce, so everybody is in a stressful state. But science says this pranayamam relieves you of all your stress and gives you positivity. Pranayamam gives you that much positivity. Pranayamam regulates your blood pressure. Pranayamam is very good for hypertension. It regulates our blood pressure. Pranayamam rejuvenates our body. Just see 10 pranayamams. After doing 10 pranayamams, you can definitely feel practically that your body gets rejuvenated. Pranayamam ensures good sleep. You need not resort to sleeping pills and become addicted to them. Pranayamam ensures good sleep. Pranayamam promotes concentration. Many people say we have memory loss. Pranayamam promotes concentration and good memory. Pranayamam obviously improves our lung function. Pranayamam improves digestion. Pranayamam promotes weight loss, because many people are searching for solution for weight loss. How to get weight loss? How to get weight loss? Pranayamam gives you weight loss. And pranayamam purifies our mind also. Mental purity is given by pranayamam. So, point number 5, pranayamam, it has a lot of health benefits, scientific benefits. Point number 6, yoga. Recently, yoga has gained a lot of prominence. We celebrate International Yoga Day and all. Everything is going on. In yoga, I want to be specific. Surya Namaskaram, have you heard of it? Surya Namaskaram is also one form of yoga. Recently, a research paper has come. They have enlisted a lot of points, a lot of health benefits we can derive by performing Surya Namaskaram. Surya Namaskaram is one form of an exercise we do facing the sun, Surya. It is called Surya Namaskaram. It is not mere prostration. It has got a specific procedure. If you do Surya Namaskaram, the research says Surya Namaskaram promotes weight loss. Surya Namaskaram strengthens your muscles and joints. Surya Namaskaram eliminates constipation, because it gives strength to our muscles of the lower abdomen. So Surya Namaskaram eliminates constipation. Surya Namaskaram ensures good sleep. Surya Namaskaram regulates blood sugar levels, because that's another problem. Blood sugar, it's always on the rise for many people, and even while inquiring, people ask you, how is your sugar level? Aren't you suffering from diabetes? While even starting their inquiry, they say, aren't you suffering from diabetes? Your face appears as if your sugar level is high. We will get afraid that, oh my God, he is saying my sugar level is high. Let me go and check once. So people just frighten us with these sugar levels. But Surya Namaskaram regulates our sugar level. Surya Namaskaram improves the blood flow to vital organs. And last but not the least, Surya Namaskaram promotes vitamin D synthesis. Because if we do it facing the sun, what is the source for vitamin D? Sunlight ensures the synthesis of vitamin in our body, vitamin D in our body. Because wherever you go abroad, when a doctor sees an Indian, he will say, oh Indian, you will have vitamin D deficiency. They will automatically conclude. But if we do Surya Namaskaram properly, then you can rest assured that we won't get that. One more example I would like to quote from Bhagavad Gita. Recently, a medical conference was held in Chennai. A doctor from the United States, a lady doctor from the United States, she attended that medical conference and said, diabetes is on the rise in India to so much extent that India has become the global headquarters of diabetes. Just like Canberra is the capital city of Australia, India is the capital for diabetes, she said. But she added one more point. Though India is the capital of diabetes, actually it's Indians who have given the proper solution for diabetes. She said, in your own Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, there is one verse. If you follow that one verse in Bhagavad Gita, you won't get diabetes at all. I said this in one Upanyasam. They started forwarding it in WhatsApp as, if you chant this verse, you will get rid of diabetes. What I said is, you follow this verse. This WhatsApp, it's a great menace. They will just keep on forwarding whatever they want. They will just type, they will put a caption and they will forward. The people who receive it also don't watch the video inside. They will just judge the video with the caption. Never judge a book with its cover. Never judge a WhatsApp forward message with the caption. Because 99% of people who forward messages on WhatsApp have never read that message at all. 99% people who forward videos on WhatsApp, they haven't watched the full video at all. Because we always tend to forward. Even WhatsApp has restricted to only 5 people you can forward. But they are not worried. 5, I forward to 500 people. There is nothing, a monkey would be dancing. He will say, how important, it is very essential, it is must watch, oh, what a great scene, They will just say and send it. A doctor would be playing a violin while doing operation. You see, oh, it is very important, I said, let me be an ignorant fellow. I don't want to know anything at all. Let me be satisfied with my own knowledge. Please don't send WhatsApp forward. Nobody is listening. They keep on sending. No, watch it. I watched it. I liked it. You should watch it. You should like it. And you should reply. Forward is going on and on. Not only that, the recent times, whenever somebody forwards any message like this in WhatsApp, I will send them a medical report. You see, I forward. Then they will ask me, oh, what can I do with this medical report? I will reply, what can I do with your forward message? So likewise, I said, you follow this verse in Bhagavad Gita, you won't get diabetes. You chant this verse in Bhagavad Gita, doctor has given you a spiritual solution. You chant one verse from Bhagavad Gita, your sugar levels will come down. Actually, the verse is, you have to follow this. It is in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that US doctor has to say this. We have all forgotten Bhagavad Gita, she reminds us. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkaha. Over. Yukta ahara, moderate diet. These days, all diabetologists advise you should neither feast nor fast. Have moderate diet at frequent intervals. Krishna says, Yukta ahara, have moderate diet. Yukta viharasya, have moderate physical activity. Don't have a sedentary lifestyle, because these days we are all confined to a secluded place. Sedentary lifestyle. No. At the same time, don't do over exertion. That's also not good. So moderate physical activity. Yukta viharasya. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu. When you are involved in an occupation or job also, show moderate exertion for your work. Don't over stress yourself with work. Some people, they worry about office in their home, they worry about home in their office, and they confuse everything. Not like that. Just moderate exertion for your office duty. Yukta swapna, have moderate sleep. Don't oversleep. At the same time, don't have insomnia also. Have moderate sleep. And then yukta avabodhasya, have moderate wakefulness. Moderate sleep in itself implies moderate wakefulness, right? Am I right? If you say moderate sleep, then you have to wake up and you stay awake moderately. But Krishna says moderate sleep, moderate wakefulness. Why? Because some people, even while staying awake, they may sleep. We think that they are awake, but they may be asleep. Even in some discourses, we may see some persons will be sitting. We think that they are listening to discourse, but they will be sleeping happily. So Krishna says, Yukta avabodhasya, stay awake when you have to stay awake. So these 5 things, moderate diet, moderate physical activity, moderate exertion for your job, moderate sleep, moderate wakefulness, this 5-point formula will ensure that your sugar levels are normal. This is given in Bhagavad Gita. All diabetic doctors advise this only. Sir, you go for walking 45 minutes per day, moderate walk. Sir, you neither feast nor fast, have moderate diet. Sir, don't worry yourself, don't have over tension about your work. Have moderate sleep. Everything is advised today. Krishna says, Yukta ahara viharasya, Yukta teshtasya karmasu, Yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkaha. So our practices, be it Surya Namaskara or yoga or moderate diet, everything, they all have a lot of health benefits. This is point number 6. Point number 7. Whenever we do pujas in our home, what kind of containers we use? Vessels. What vessels? Brass, copper, silver. Do we use plastic? No. These days they say no, plastic is harmful. We never used plastic. We use silver, copper, brass containers for pujas. Now researchers have found out that the silver and copper containers keep water pure and fresh for longer duration. Not only that, silver, copper, they are metals, right? Silver and copper can kill bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella. These two are notorious bacteria. E. coli and Salmonella are known to cause diarrhea, dysentery, etc. But if we use silver and copper ware, the silver and copper minerals in that ware, they can kill those bacteria and ensure that we don't get diarrhea, dysentery and all. This has been proved. Not only that, if we keep water in silver or copper containers, a small amount of silver or copper gets absorbed within the water. If we consume that minute quantity of silver and copper, it removes excess fat in our body. It is good for weight loss. Not only that, that silver and copper added to the water gives more alkaline content and it aids in digestion. It reduces acidity. Not only that, silver containers are much better, and silver and copper are much better than recycled plastic containers, because plastic containers may be recycled. I am not accusing, may or may not be, and we do not know the source from which it was recycled. It may be a nasogastric tube of a bedridden patient. It may be even urinary catheter. They are all recycled. So we are not sure about from where this plastic was recycled. But definitely silver, copper, they are more hygienic. And coming to water, Ganga Jalam, water of the Ganges, it is always pure. Scientists have now proved that even if we keep Ganga water in our home for more than a year or so, Ganga Jalam will not have even a single bacteria or microorganism in it. That's the purity of Ganga water. So even in water and the utensil we use for water, we have got scientific background. And coming to point number 8, we do daily puja at our home. Many of you may have the Salagrama stone in your homes. Salagrama is a deity form of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. We do holy bath, Abhishekam, Tirumanjanam to Salagrama and partake the Tirtham of that holy water of Salagramam. Recently, my friend in Kumbakonam, he is a medical doctor, Dr. S. Parthasarathi. He is an anesthetist. Dr. Parthasarathi and his wife, Dr. Suchitra, they combinedly did a research about Salagrama Tirumanjana water, the water which comes after this holy bath of Salagramam. They have researched and found out an interesting thing there. What is it? Usually, normal RO water, we consume RO water as drinking water because we are all so intelligent that we pay even for drinking water also. So, we pay the money and get RO water as drinking water. That RO water has got 5.5% of antioxidant activity. If you do research on normal RO water, it has got 5.5% of antioxidant activity. But if that water gets immersed in the Salagramam for 10 minutes, the antioxidant property multiplies by 2 and becomes 10%. If you partake that water soaked in Salagramam for at least 10 minutes, you get 10% of antioxidant activity. What is the benefit of this antioxidant activity? Our aging, heart disease, cancer, they are all due to oxidative stress. If we consume the water which has antioxidant activity, it safeguards us from aging. It prolongs arthritis. It ensures that arthritis does not come early. It ensures that our skin does not shrink early. It ensures that our hair doesn't become grey early. It ensures that we don't get heart diseases, cancer, all these things. So, it prolongs our lifespan. So, this antioxidant activity has been found as 10% in water soaked in Salagramam. So, a person who takes Salagrama Tirtham every day tends to have longer life than people consuming normal RO water. He has published a research paper. You can just search on Google. Dr. Parthasarathi research on Salagrama water. You can see. This is point number 8. Now point number 9. We have to go to some interesting topic now because almost 1 hour into the discourse, you will be a little bit tired. So let me warm you up. Because do you know the classic warm-up procedure in schools in India? If students are tired, or if a student is not faring well in academics, they do one warm-up procedure. Do you know it? What is it called? Topukaranam. Do you know Topukaranam? It's actually Dorbih Karanam. It's actually a Sanskrit word. Dorbihi means with hands. Karanam means ears. You have to catch hold of the opposite ears with your hands. Left ear with right hand, right ear with left hand, squat, stand, squat, stand, squat, stand. This is called Topukaranam. In India, if a student does not fare well in his academics, the classical punishment is you put Topukaranam. No, you should not say slow learners these days. We should say late bloomers. Because tolerance level has come down. People get hurt even for small words these days. That's why if you say slow learners, no, we are going on a strike. How can you call me slow learner? No, you are a late bloomer. Not only that, in these days, we cannot call drunkards as drunkards. They get angry. How can you call me drunkard? Then why should they call you? What should they call you? You should call me as alcohol lover. Similarly, late bloomer. For late bloomers, they ask them to put Topukaranam. You catch hold of alternate ears with your hands and squat, stand, squat, stand, squat, stand. If they do it, will their memory power improve? Will they become early bloomers? Now, two scientists have done research on this. One scientist is from Los Angeles, Dr. Eric Robbins from Los Angeles, USA. Another scientist, Dr. Eugenius Ang from Japan. They have done research separately. They have found that this Topukaranam, in India you can call it Topukaranam, we call it Super Brain Yoga. They have named it as SBY, Super Brain Yoga, because if you put this Topukaranam, if you do this Super Brain Yoga, your blood flow to the brain increases, thereby it improves your concentration, memory power and brain function. That's why if a person is a late bloomer, the teacher asks him to put this Super Brain Yoga, he becomes an early bloomer. Not only that, in India, even mothers advise their children, you put 10 Topukaranam and then go to exam. Before going to exam, go to temple, put 10 Topukaranam to Ganesha and then go. This Topukaranam improves his blood flow to brain. It gives him good concentration and memory. This has been proved. Just search in Google SBY. Super Brain. SBI is State Bank of India. SBY is Super Brain Yoga. This Super Brain Yoga is known to increase blood flow to your brain. This is point number 9. So you have all warmed up now with this Topukaranam. Now we will go to point number 10. Totally we will conclude with 24 points today before 7 p.m. and then I will open for question answer session. Now point number 10. We have Tulasi, holy basil. Tulasi plant in our homes. Recent research says Tulasi plant emits oxygen for 20 hours per day. It is the longest duration. For 20 hours per day, Tulasi emits oxygen and purifies our atmosphere. Not only that, this Tulasi plant removes dangerous gases like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide from our environment. Tulasi has got medicinal properties. It has been proved. Even Tulasi cough syrup are available. Tulasi is known to treat cough, cold and fever as a remedy. And Tulasi also purifies blood. That's why for Lord Balaji, Tulasi is very dear to him. We offer Tulasi to him and then partake that Tulasi. It purifies our blood, it treats cold, cough, sore throat, fever, etc. It has got a lot of medicinal properties. This is point number 10. Now point number 11. We will go to another area now. Do you know Udaka Shanti? Some people say Udaya Shanti. It is not Udaya Shanti, it is Udaka Shanti. Udaka means water. Udaka Shanti means, for example, we do sacred thread ceremony, Upanayanam, for children, Yajnopavita Dharanam, sacred thread ceremony, Upanayanam. Before that Upanayanam, we do Udaka Shanti. The procedure for Udaka Shanti is, we have a kalash, a container, a metal, probably silver or brass vessel. We fill it with water and then Vedic priests will sit around that vessel. They will touch the vessel with holy grass called Dharma and then they will chant Vedic mantras. They will touch the vessel filled with water with holy grass. They chant Vedic mantras. After purifying the water with Vedic mantras, they will make the boy who is going to undergo Upanayanam to have a holy bath with the water purified with these mantras. What is the scientific significance of this bath? Is there any significance? Whether we are doing research on this or not, a Japan scientist did. Dr. Marasu Yamoto. This you can search in Google. Dr. Marasu Yamoto. All these things you can take notes and search in Google. You can cross verify because tomorrow it will enable you to ask me cross questions tomorrow. You said this research, why I searched in Google and all. Dr. Marasu Yamoto of Japan. He did a research about this Udaka Shanti. What he did, whether he did it for this Udaka Shanti specifically or not is a different question. What he did was, in 4 different rooms, soundproof rooms, he kept 4 containers full of water. Room A, Room B, Room C, Room D. They are all soundproof rooms like this theatre hall. Now, in the first room, a vessel filled with water has been kept. He asked a person to sit in front of the vessel with water and say, I am sick, you kill me. 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 You keep on repeating these words with emotion. I am sick, you kill me. With emotion, you say these words in front of this kalasham with water. Next, room B. A person, you sit in front of the container with water. You say with emotion, I love you, I love you, I love you, you say. Room C, another person, you sit in front of the container with water. You chant some divine hymns. You chant some divine songs about God. So, divine hymns in the third room. Room D, you speak violent words, you speak harsh words, you speak abusive words in front of the water. One day this was going on. The next day, the scientist Dr. Marasu Yamato, he took those containers, he took water samples from each of the containers, placed it on glass slides and observed the water molecules under microscope. He had a surprise invention there, discovery there. What is it? He observed the water molecules in microscope, the water molecules from container A. In container A, what he said? I am sick, you kill me, I am sick, you kill me. He saw the water molecules, they were arranged in an ugly shape. Room B, the water molecules. There he said, I love you, I love you. The water molecules appeared in a beautiful shape. Room C, he chanted divine songs. The water molecules themselves were arranged in a divine orderly fashion. Room D, he spoke abusive, harsh words. The water molecules were arranged in a horrible and terrible manner. He found out that water molecules have the capacity to imbibe sound vibrations and emotions and spread them. He has written this research paper. Now, during this Udaka Shanti, we keep water in silver or brass vessel, which is a good conductor. We hold it with holy Dharma grass, which is very good conductor. We chant Vedic mantras so that all these mantras get conducted to the water inside that container. These Vedic mantras are divine chants with great positive vibrations. All those vibrations enter into the water. So, before the boy undergoes Upanayanam, he is made to have a holy bath with that water so that the entire Vedic positive vibrations enters into its head directly by having that holy bath. So, this Udaka Shanti transfers positive Vedic vibrations through water into the mind, into the brain of the child who is going to undergo Upanayanam. This is scientifically proved. Point number 11. Now, point number 12. We do Namaskaram, right? We prostrate in front of elders. Why should we prostrate in front of them? Whenever elders come, whenever a divine person comes in front of us, whenever a spiritual person, a person with a lot of experience, a person with a lot of knowledge and wisdom, if we come across such persons, they may be elder to us by age or experience or knowledge or divinity or devotion, we fall at their feet. Why should we fall at their feet? Some people say, no, this amounts to slavery. Why should I fall in another man's feet? They ask. Dr. Frank Baranowski from Russia, he has given one theory for this Namaskar. What is that theory? He says, the positive energy from a person always forms a layer around him, a layer of microphotons around him. Always we are surrounded by a layer of microphotons. But the length of that layer, the radius of that layer depends on the amount of positivity we possess. If we have no positivity, if we are full of negativity, that case is different. But if we are positive, that positivity emanates in the form of microphotons. That microphotons forms a layer around us. That layer is called aura. The radius of that aura varies depending on the person. For some sages and scholars, the aura can extend to a distance of as much as 50 feet or 100 feet. 50 feet around them, this aura can spread. That's why we read in our Puranas that in the hermitage of rishis, even snake and rat will live in unison with each other. Even deer and lion will live in unison with each other. They don't have any enmity because this positive aura forms a layer to around 50 feet or 100 feet radius around their ashram. That's why we can see this. Okay, you are telling aura. Can we see that aura? Frank Baranowski says this aura can be seen using Kirlian camera. You can search in Google. He says using a Kirlian camera, this aura, the layer of microphotons surrounding a person. That layer of positivity, positive energy, microphotons surrounding a person can be seen using a Kerlin camera. He has proved it. Now, what is the relation between this aura and doing Namaskaram? He proves that this aura emanates from the body of the person, right? The aura actually emanates from both the great toes of the feet of the person. We have got two great toes. In our both feet, we have got a great toe each. From those great toes only, this positive energy is emanating from a person. So, either physically or mentally, as the case may be, if we touch the great toes of a person, physically or mentally, and offer our prostration, we get a part of their aura or positive energy. That's why we should place our hands and head at the feet of a person and offer Namaskaram so that we can receive the positive energy from them. This aura can be seen using Kerlian camera. To make it simple, I would say another example. The same thing, positive energy, microphotons around a person, aura, has been explained by Rajinikanth in the movie 2.0. Many of you would have seen the movie 2.0. In 2.0, Akshay Kumar will fight a lot for the sake of birds. Due to cell phone signal radiation from cell phone towers, birds are all losing their lives. So Akshay Kumar tries all legal means, but Akshay Kumar could not save those birds. So Akshay Kumar commits suicide in a cell phone tower. But his aura still remains. That aura had a huge radius, so it attracts all the cell phones. All this has been explained by Rajinikanth in the movie itself. So, Akshay Kumar's aura collects all the cell phones and creates a new bird. This bird starts flying and it attacks all the people who use cell phone more. So, this aura is the layer of positive energy or microphotons surrounding a person. It emanates from the great toes of the person. So, if we offer our Namaskaram to the great toes, we receive a part of positive energy from the person. That's why we have to do Namaskaram to elders, those with positivity, those with divinity, those with a lot of knowledge, those with experience. We can get a part of that divinity, spirituality from them. That's why we do Namaskaram. Not only that, Manusmriti. In Manusmriti, Manu says, Urdhvam pranaha hi utkramisyanti unastavira ayati pratyuttana abhivadabhyam punastan pratipadyate. Manu says, if an elderly or divine person comes in front of us, automatically our prana shakti will rise in reverence or respect. Our prana shakti is the energy of our life breath. If an elderly person comes, this prana shakti will rise upwards. If we don't get up and greet them, this prana shakti will go upwards. It will go and mix with the atmosphere. If we disrespect elderly persons in a regular manner, all our prana shakti will be gone like that and we will lose our lifespan. But if an elderly person comes, our prana shakti goes upwards. If we get up and greet them, our prana shakti settles with ourselves. And if we fall under their feet, the prana shakti comes down and gets settled within us permanently. But if we don't get up and fall on the floor to greet them, the prana shakti alone will go up, we will remain down, and this will reduce our lifespan. Manu says in Manusmriti. So those people who offer Namaskaram to elders tend to have longer lifespan. Not only that, while greeting also we say Namaste. We join our hands to say Namaste. After COVID-19, all people have started saying Namaste because social distancing. If we shake hands, then it leads to spreading of the disease. Because whenever COVID comes, we have to remember MS Dhoni. Yes, MSD. Mask, sanitizer, distancing. MSD for COVID. So after MSD, mask, sanitizer, distancing, we all started to avoid shaking hands. We all saying Namaste. Already our Sanatana Dharma says always say Namaste, this is healthy. This is point number 12. Point number 13. Have you heard of Seemantonayanam? Seemantam, a baby shower we do. In that Seemantam, Shastra says specifically, we have to play Vedic mantras in Veena, a musical instrument Veena. We have to play Vedic mantras in Veena. What's the reason? Or Shastra say, Seemantam is done by 6 to 8 months of gestation. From 6 months of gestation, the fetus in the womb can listen to external sounds and vibration. If we play positive divine vibrations of Vedic chants through Veena, the child will be very much receptive to those sounds. And if the child receives those divine sounds, it will have a lot of positivity, spirituality, and devotion. And the child will be born as a Prahlada or Andal or as Mirabai or such great devotees. The child will become a great devotee. We have seen a lot of reference for it in our scriptures. But in 1988, in Japan, they conducted a research and they have found that yes, the baby in the womb, the fetus in the womb, it can listen to external sounds after 6 months of gestation. This was discovered in 1988. But in our Shastras, we see Abhimanyu in Mahabharatam. He listened to the mode of entry into Chakravyuham while he was in the womb of his mother. He later entered into Chakravyuham in the 13th day of Mahabharata war. How did he learn? He was in the womb of his mother while Dronacharya was teaching. Not only that, Prahlada. Who was the father of Prahlada? Hiranyakashipu, great demon. Prahlada, great devotee. Oh, usually we say like father, like son. But this is like father, unlike son. How did Prahlada become a great devotee? While he was in the womb of his mother Kayadu, Narada played the name of Narayana in his Veena, again the same Veena. The Vedic chants of Narada, Narayana, 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 divine chant of name of holy name of God by Narada. Prahlada listened to it. He became a great devotee. So the fetus in the womb can listen to external sounds. That's why we always stress if a woman is pregnant, she can listen to a lot of divine stories. She can listen to divine discourses. She can listen to Vedic chants. She can listen to devotional songs because those divine vibrations definitely reach the child which is in the womb of the mother. This has been already proved in our tradition. Now science has also proved this. This is point number 13. Now coming to point number 14. Let's go for some interesting point. Many people are assembled here. Imagine we have a function in our home and many people are going to assemble as a congregation. Then what is the first thing we do? Whenever we have a function in our homes, we use something to decorate the entrance. What is it? Mango leaves. Yes, correct answer. We use mango leaves to decorate the entrance. Why should you use mango leaves to decorate the entrance of your home? Because if many people converge together at the same place, we all inhale oxygen. We exhale carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide will increase and then we will have some deficit of oxygen and we may have some perspiration. That's why whenever we have some crowd, we will get perspiration, we will get sweating because of the lack of oxygen. But mango leaves emit oxygen even 24 hours after plucking from the tree. Mango leaves emit oxygen. That's why if you tie Mavilai Toranam, we say mango leaves and Toranam at the entrance of the home during some functions or some congregations, it continues to emit oxygen so that people who are assembled don't get perspiration. This is point number 14. Now point number 15. Myself being a medical professional, I am a medical doctor. So let us see some important aspects of medicine within our Sanatana Dharma. Who is the father of surgery? Sushruta. Sushruta of our own Bharata Desham. Sushruta is called the father of surgery. Sushruta has written a great work called Sushruta Samhita. In that Sushruta Samhita, he has enlisted 1120 diseases. He has given the names of 1120 diseases. He has prescribed 700 herbal medicines. Number of medicines, 700 herbal medicines. 125 surgical instruments, including scalpel, forceps, everything. 125 surgical instruments. And then he has described 300 types of surgeries. 1120 diseases, 700 herbal medicines, 125 surgical instruments, 300 types of surgeries, everything he has explained in detail. Not only that, he is the first surgeon to explain about rhinoplasty. Anybody knows what is rhinoplasty? Corrective surgery of nose. For that, from where can we take skin flap? Sushruta says you can take forehead skin flap. Just near the nose, you can take a skin flap from forehead and perform rhinoplasty. This forehead flap rhinoplasty was first developed by our own Sushruta. Not only that, he has spoken about cataract surgery. Do you know the period of Sushruta? 10th century BC. In 10th century BC, he speaks about forehead rhinoplasty, cataract surgery, 1120 diseases, 700 herbal medicines, 125 instruments for surgery, and 300 types of surgeries. Not only that, can anybody define vaccination? What's vaccination? What's vaccination? Yes. The definition of vaccination is whatever microorganism causes a disease, we kill or deactivate the same microorganism and inject to the person to prevent the same disease. Take the case of the famous COVID-19. In the case of COVID-19, we just take the COVID virus itself, deactivate or attenuate the virus or kill it, and then give it as Covishield or Covaxin, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, whatever it is. We give it as a vaccine. Will you believe that Narada was the first person to give this definition for vaccination? We usually say Edward Jenner, he discovered vaccination in 1785 for smallpox. But will you believe if I say Narada was the first person to define this vaccination? You can see in Bhagavata Puranam, which was written 5000 years ago, first skandam, 5th adhyayam, 33rd verse. You can refer in Google also. Bhagavatam 1.5.33. Narada tells Vyasa, Amayo yascha bhutanam jayate yena suvrata tadeva hyamayam dravyam napunati chikitsitam. Narada says, Amayo yascha bhutanam jayate yena suvrata. Whichever organism causes a disease, Tadevahi amayam dravyam. You purify it and give it as medicine. Na punati chikitsitam. It prevents the occurrence of the same disease. You see anti-snake venom. We take snake venom, we deactivate it, give it as anti-snake venom in diluted form. It prevents the complications of snake bite. Similarly, whatever organism, kill it, give it as medicine. It prevents the occurrence of disease. Why should Narada speak about vaccination? He gives this as an example for Karma Yogam. We are all afflicted with the disease called samsara, the worldly existence. This is a disease. This mundane worldly existence is a disease. We have to get rid of it and attain liberation. Now, what is the causative organism for this samsaric existence? Our karma. Our tomorrow's topic is when karma decides everything, what is the role of God? You can see the answer tomorrow. Now, this karma is the causative organism, bacteria or virus. Likewise, karma is the virus. It has caused the disease called worldly existence. Now, Narada says, karma is the virus which causes disease called samsara. You purify the same virus karma, give it as karma yoga vaccine. That karma yoga will cure this samsara and grant you liberation. So, karma is virus, karma yoga is vaccine. This is said by Narada. So we have got that much advancement. So in medical field also, we have got a lot of information like this. This is point number 15. Point number 16. Whenever this Ganesh Chaturthi, Vinayaka Chaturthi comes, what do we do? Okay, that's related to food. I will come to food at the end because we will give prasadam. So just before prasadam, I will come to food. Vinayaka Chaturthi is famous for processions. Idols of Vinayaka. Usually in South India, we make clay idols of Vinayaka, carry in procession and dissolve that clay idol in water, right, in a river. It has an excellent scientific basis. The thing is, Vinayaka Chaturthi usually comes by August or September. By the beginning of August, we have Adi Peruk. There will be turbulent flow of water in the rivers. Usually, there should be a normal amount of clay in the river bed. Below the water level, there should be a normal amount of clay in the water. But at the beginning of August, the turbulent flow of water will erode the clay in the water bed. Only if there is enough clay in the water bed, in the river bed, there will be good aquatic ecosystem. It will give stability to the river, a stable foundation. It will ensure normal flow of water in the river. But if we lose that clay at the bottom, then it leads to a lot of complications. Then the river bed will not be stable, flow will not be good, aquatic ecosystem will be affected, aquatic flora and fauna will be affected. So, if in the beginning of August that clay gets eroded by the flow, we have to replace that clay. That's why we make clay idols of Ganesha. We don't dissolve the wet idol immediately. Do we dissolve wet idol? No. Why? If you dissolve wet idol, it would be washed away with the flow. So we wait for 3 to 5 days, allow the idol to become dry clay. When it becomes dry clay, we just put it into the water so that that dry clay goes down, down and down and settles at the bottom of the river and ensures again proper clay bed at the river bed. Again August month comes, again that clay is eroded, again Vinayaka Chaturthi comes, we deposit dry clay in the form of Vinayaka idol into the river. So every year as you dissolve Vinayaka dry idol into the river, it ensures proper river bed, proper amount of clay in the river bed. So normal flow is maintained, aquatic flora and fauna are preserved, and the river is also given a stable foundation at the clay river bed level. So this also has a great scientific significance. This is point number 16. Now coming to point number 17, mathematics. Our ancestors were well versed in mathematics because who invented zero? Our Aryabhatta. It was we who have given zero to this world, because in Roman numerals there is no zero. For 10 they put X, C, L, V. They have got all symbols only. But it is very difficult. Only because of the decimal system of zero, we are able to count easily. This was the greatest gift given by our own holy land of Bharat to the world, this zero. Only because of the decimal system, it becomes easier. If you put 1 0 behind 1, it becomes 10. 2 zeros 100, 3 zeros 1000, 4 zeros 10,000, 5 zeros 1 lakh, or let it be million, trillion, like that. Whatever it is based on zero. That zero decimal system was devised by Aryabhatta. Otherwise, Roman numerals are very much confusing. Even now, it is very difficult to read Roman numerals. But this simple system was devised by us. Now, you tell me, for till how much number do we have names? Till how much count of number do we have names? Any count? Or it can be even a wild guess. 10 power. Infinity is just, everybody can say, no, it is infinity. Name for that number. Billion, trillion, somebody says zillion. Then? Okay, 10 power maximum. 10 power? 10 power 100 name? Who said? My name was 10 power. Okay. Actually, Valmiki in his Valmiki Ramayanam has given names up to 10 power 62. Valmiki has given names for number. He starts Eka. 10 power 0 is 1 Eka. 10 power 1 is Dasha. 10 power 2 is Shata, 10 power 3 Sahasra, 10 power 4 Ayuta, 10,000, 10 power 4, 10 power 5 is Laksha, 1 lakh, 10 power 7 is Koti, 10 power 12 Shanku, 10 power 17 Mahashanku, 10 power 22 Vrinda, 10 power 27 Mahavrinda, 10 power 32 Padma, 10 power 37 Mahapadma, 10 power 42 Kharva, 10 power 47 Mahakharva, and then 10 power 52 Samudra, 10 power 57 Ogha, 10 power 62 Mahaugha. Valmiki has given. So, 1, you put 62 zeros behind 1, Mahaugha. In Sanskrit, we have got counts. So we have got so much advanced mathematics we can see. Not only that, Pythagoras theorem, right? Actually, this Pythagoras theorem was given by the sage Bodhayana in his Bodhayana Sutra. I will give you evidence. There is one verse in Sanskrit in Bodhayana Sutra. He gives measurement for a Yagashala. We build Yagashala, right? It would be a rectangular, Homakundam. Now, this Rishi Bodhayana, he says, Dirgha Chaturashrasya Akshnaya Rajuhu Parshvamani Tiryangmani cha Yat Pritagbhute Kurutaha Tad Ubayam Karoti. In that rectangle, Bodhayana says, the square of the diagonal is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. Pythagoras theorem says, in a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of other two sides. The diagonal of a rectangle divides it into two right angle triangles only. So, Bodhayana says, the square of the diagonal of a Homakundam is equal to the sum of the two sides of the square of two sides of that Homakundam. This Pythagoras theorem has been given by sage Bodhayana. So, in mathematics also, in our Sanatana Dharma, we have got a lot of facts like this. Now, point number 18. Other sciences. Totally, in those days, they used to read 64 arts. We say Ayakalegal 64, Chatushashti Kalaha. They used to read 64 arts. They had physics, they had chemistry, they had botany, they had zoology, they had everything. The 64 art forms in those days were, I will just name them, 1 to 64. Agara Vilakanam, Likitam, Kanidam, Vedam, Puranam, Vyakaranam, Niti Shastram, Jyotisha Shastram, Dharma Shastram, Yoga Shastram, Mantra Shastram, Saguna Shastram, Sirpa Shastram, Vaidya Shastram, Urva Shastram, Itihasam, Kavyam, Alankaram, Madhura Bhashanam, Nadakam, Nriktam, Shabda Brahmam, Veenai, Venu, Mridangam, Talam, Astra Parikshai, Gaja Parikshai, Ratha Parikshai, Aswa Parikshai, Kanaka Parikshai, Ratna Parikshai, Bhumi Parikshai, Sangrama Lakshanam, Malyuddham, Akarshanam, Uchadanam, Vitveshanam, Madana Shastram, Mohanam, Vasikaranam, Rasavadam, Gandharvavadam, Paipilavadam, Gautukavadam, Dhaduvadam, Garudam, Nattam, Mutti, Akaya Pravesam, Akaya Gamanam, Paragaya Pravesam, Adirisayam, Indrajalam, Mahendrajalam, Agnitambam, Jalatambam, Vayutambam, Vakutambam, Tittitambam, Shuklatambam, Kannatambam, Gatkatambam, Avastai Prayogam. These are all the 64 arts. You are all clapping just for naming those arts. But they learnt all those arts. That's why we have got all sciences. The point number 18 is, we say the gravitational force, it was discovered by Newton. As if the apple never fell down for anybody else. But the sage by name Kanada Rishi, in his text Vaiseshika Siddhantam, he speaks about gravity. He says, Sanyoga Bhave Gurutvat Patanam. He explains gravity as Sanyoga Bhave. If an object is in the atmosphere without any support, it will fall down. Not only that, he describes the rate of that fall, speed of that fall. At what speed it falls down? Gurutvat, based on its mass, weight. Because a lighter object will fall down slowly. A heavier object will fall down quicker. So, Sanyoga Bhave, if an object is left without support, Gurutvat, based on its weight, Patanam, it falls down. This gravitational force has been explained by Kanada Rishi. Not only that, he gives this gravitational force as an example to a good teacher. Just like the earth attracting all objects towards it with gravitational force, a good teacher should attract all disciples towards him with his force of knowledge. So, this gravitational force has been explained by Kanada Rishi as well. This is point number 18. Point number 19, a very interesting topic, Indian astronomy. Indian astronomy is the most ancient and advanced astronomy in the whole world. But usually people ask a lot of questions. In Indian astronomy, how many grahas we have got? How many grahas? Navagrahas. 9 grahas. The first question they ask is, are sun and moon grahas? Are sun and moon grahas? No. But we have sun and moon among Navagrahas. Have you seen Navagraha in temple? We have sun, Surya. We have moon, Chandra. And then we have got We have got Angaraka. Angaraka is Mars. And then we have got Buddha. Buddha is Mercury. And then we have got Guru. Guru is Jupiter. Then we have got Shukra. Shukra is Venus. Shukra is Saturn. No, Shukra is Venus. Shani is Saturn. And then we have got Rahu Ketu. So Sun, Surya, Moon, Chandra, Angaraka is Mars, and then Buddha is Mercury, Guru is Jupiter, Shukra is Venus, and then Saturn, Shani, and then Rahu, Ketu we have got. The first question is, are Sun and Moon Grahas? Because Graha means it should be a planet. Are Sun and Moon planets? Sun is a star. Moon is a satellite. Then how can you call Sun and Moon as Grahas? The second question is, in our system, it seems Sun is revolving around the Earth. It seems geocentric theory, but scientifically heliocentric theory is right. How can you say that your astronomy is right? You are having geocentric theory. This is question number 2. Question number 3. Where are Uranus and Neptune in our system? You have Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Where are Newton, Neptune, Uranus? Where are they? This is question number 3. Question number 4. We can leave everything else. But where are those two snakes? Rahu, Ketu. There is one snake Rahu, one snake Ketu. These snakes are alternatively swallowing the sun and the moon. If they are so large enough to swallow the sun and the moon, why are not they visible to our external eyes? Where are they? 4 questions we have got. Let's answer each of the question one by one. The first question is, are sun and moon grahas? No. Sun and moon are grahas, yes. Because Britishers have given a wrong definition for graha. Graha doesn't mean planet. In Sanskrit, graha means gravitational force. A celestial body with gravitational force is called graha. Any celestial body, whether luminous or non-luminous, any celestial body, be it a planet, be it a satellite, be it a star, any celestial body with gravitational force is called graha. Does sun have gravitational force? Yes. Does moon have gravitational force? Yes. So they are all grahas. Because the main motive of our astronomy is to check the way the gravitational force of sun, moon and other planets, how they exert effect on this earth. We study that gravitational force only. So we group everything as graha. This is the answer to question number 1. Question number 2. We seem to be having a geocentric theory. Actually, is it not heliocentric theory? No, our system is heliocentric only. We consider sun at the midpoint of the solar system. We know that earth is revolving around the sun. But for practical purpose of calculation, it is very difficult to measure movement when you are in a moving object. When you yourself are in a moving object, you cannot calculate the movement of another moving object. For that practical purpose, we assume that earth is static at the center. Underline. We don't consider. We assume that earth is at the center and sun is revolving so that it will be easy for our calculation. Otherwise, ours is heliocentric theory. People who do Sandhya Vandanam, they know this mantra. Dhyayas sada Savitrimandala Madhyavarti Narayanaha. Savitrimandala is solar system. Madhya means center. Madhyavarti Narayana, Surya Narayana, sun is at the center of the solar system. Leave that. Have you gone to temple Navagraha Sannadhi? Who is at the center? Sun is at the center of the Navagraha Sannadhi in temple. So we know heliocentric theory. Only in the Western world they killed a person for telling heliocentric theory. They believed everything is geocentric. But ours is heliocentric theory. This is point number 2. Point number 3. Where are Uranus and Neptune? As I told you already, our astronomy is more concerned about the gravitational forces of the other celestial bodies on the earth. But Uranus and Neptune are so far away that their gravitational force has negligible effect on earth. So we are not measuring the movement of Uranus and Neptune. No, Pluto, they themselves have taken out Pluto from the solar system. So we need not worry about Pluto. Now point number 4. Where are those two snakes? Rahu, one snake. Ketu, other snake. Where are those two snakes? Actually, there are two lunar nodes, ascending lunar node and descending lunar node. They are the nodes of the moon. What are those nodes? The axis of moon around the earth and the axis of earth around the sun, they intersect at 2 points. The first point is called ascending node of the moon. The second intersection point is called descending node of the moon. If the moon comes at any of these 2 points of intersection, at that situation, sun, earth, moon, all three of them come at the same level, leading to eclipse, grahanam. So, moon has to come at the same level with earth and sun for that grahanam eclipse to happen. If it has to come at the same level, it should be the intersection point of the axis. There are 2 points of intersection. The ascending node of moon is called Rahu. Descending node of moon is called Ketu. If you see in astronomy, this ascending node and descending node are 180 degrees apart. The total axis is 360 degrees. They are half 180 degree apart. If you see horoscope has 12 boxes, right? Rahu and Ketu will be 6 boxes apart. Exactly 6 boxes apart. So they are 180 degrees apart. Ascending node is Rahu, descending node is Ketu. If moon comes to any of these nodes, eclipse will happen. That's why we say Rahu, Ketu are there, they will swallow. That is, the in charge deities of those 2 points have snake forms. So we call them Rahu, Ketu. But just imagine, in those days there were no telescopes. These points are imaginary intersection points, minute points, but our ancestors were able to predict when eclipse will come even after 100 years. Just imagine the way they had mastered astronomy. Without telescope, they can say, eclipse will come on such and such date after 100 years. Without telescope, how are they able to deduce all these things? This shows the astronomical knowledge of our ancestors. Even if we are unable to appreciate them, we should at least do not denounce them, saying, no, your system is wrong. You have got great advanced astronomical system. You all know Hanuman Chalisa, right? In Hanuman Chalisa, Tulasi Das, while singing, in between he says the distance between sun and the earth. Yuga Sahasra Yojana par Bhanu, Lilyotayi Madura Palajano, Prabhu Mudrika, Meli Mukamayi, Jaladi Langi Gaye, Acharachanayi. Yuga Sahasra Yojana par Bhanu. Bhanu is Suryan, sun. Yuga means 12,000. Sahasra means 1,000. Yojana means 8 miles. Yuga is 12,000. Sahasra is 1,000. Yojana is 8 miles. Multiply 96 million miles. Now science says sun is 98 million miles away from earth. Almost 96 million miles he has given. So we are far advanced in astronomy also. Even rainbow. We see rainbow. Rainbow has 7 colors. Vibjr. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Actually, violet color is at the top. And then red is at the bottom. So actually, if we want to describe, we have to start from red and go to violet. That's why Kanchi Shankaracharya, Kanchi Mahaperiyava, said, you should not say Vibjayar. You have to reverse it from R to V. How can we reverse? They asked. Kanchi Mahaperiyava said, read over your good books in vacation. Read over your good books in vacation. Read red, over orange, your yellow, good green, books blue, in indigo, vacation violet. Read over your good books in vacation. That's how you have to describe that rainbow. 7 colors. Now, how does this rainbow get formed? The sunlight get dispersed by water droplets leading to this rainbow. This definition was given by Varaha Mihira in his Brihat Samhita. Varaha Mihira, ancient astronomer, in his Brihat Samhita he says, Suryasya vividhavarnaha pavanena vighattitaha karasabre viyati dhanus samsthanaha ye drishyante tad indra dhanuhu. He says in Brihat Samhita, this definition, sunlight gets dispersed by the water droplets leading to this rainbow. This is point number 19, astronomy. Now let us go to some interesting point. Point number 20. 1 year on the earth is equivalent to 1 day for Devas. Am I right? 1 year for human beings is 1 day for devas. Is it scientifically right? Is it possible actually? 1 year for human beings is equal to 1 day for devas, they say. 1 full day. It has a scientific basis. Where is Devalokam? Devalokam is on the top of Meru mountain. Where is Meru mountain? As per Shastras, Meru mountain is an imaginary point on the top of Earth's north pole. Meru mountain is on the top of Earth's north pole. Devaloka is on the top of Earth's north pole. If you observe the revolution of Earth around the sun, the north pole will face sun for 6 months. Those 6 months will be daytime for north pole. The next 6 months, south pole will face the sun. That time will be night for the north pole. That's why we can see in southern hemisphere, for 6 months the days will be longer. For 6 months days will be shorter. The same case for northern hemisphere also. But when we go to the polar region, those 6 months where north pole faces the sun, all those 6 months will be daytime. That's why Norway, which is very near to the north pole, is called the land of midnight sun. So, Devalokam, which is situated on the top of North Pole, has got daytime for 6 months when North Pole faces the sun. When South Pole faces the sun, it has night for 6 months. So, 6 months daytime, 6 months night time together constitute 1 day, which is 1 year for human beings. That's why we say 1 year for human beings is 1 day for Devas. We also say 1 year for 1 month for human being is 1 day for Pitrus. That's why we offer Pitru Tarpanam once in a month on Amavasya. On new moon day, we offer the rites to our ancestors Pitrus. Why 1 month for human is 1 day for Pitrus? Because Pitrulokam is believed to be in the Chandraloka, in the moon. For the moon to complete its one complete phase, it takes 1 month. Because 15 days waxing phase, 15 days waning phase. Shukla Paksham constitutes day. Krishna Paksham constitutes night for Pitrus. So, combinedly, 1 month, 30 days constitutes 1 day for Pitrus. So, our 1 year is 1 day for Devas. Our 1 month is 1 day for Pitrus. This calculation is also scientifically proved. This is point number 20. Point number 21. Our ancestors advise us to do Achamanam. Have you heard of this Achamanam? Actually, both men and women should do Achamanam. Not men alone, but men should do Achamanam in squatting position. Women should do Achamanam in standing position. Just take a drop of water. Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, we consume. Recent article, this also you can read in Google. In Elsevier's Kidney International, there is a journal, Elsevier's Kidney International, a Canadian research paper. It says, sipping small quantities of water frequently is very good for health. Our ancestors say, if you wake up in the morning, first do Achamanam. If you attend nature's call, do Achamanam. Before doing Sandhya Mandaram, do Achamanam. Before doing Puja, do Achamanam. After eating, do Achamanam. For everything they say, do Achamanam, do Achamanam. Now, Elsevier Kidney International Canadian research paper, it says, consuming small quantities of water, sipping small quantities of water at regular intervals ensures good hydration. It reduces acidity. It also prevents overload on the kidneys. If you drink too much water at a time, it gives overload to your kidneys to excrete. But sipping small amount of water, it gives you very good benefits. This has been proven. That's why our ancestors ask us to do Achamanam. Point number 21. We usually, while eating, in our tradition, we sit down to eat. Because in these days of everything is fast, mechanical routine, fast food, they eat fast, they stand, they walk and they eat. But our ancestors say you sit down on the floor and then eat. Scientifically, it is proved that if you sit down to eat, it increases the secretion of digestive juices. If you just sit down to eat, it increases the secretion of digestive juices. Not only that, it gives upward pressure to the digestive tract. Because if you sit down, the end of the digestive tract gets a slight pressure. You know where your digestive tract ends. That gets a slight pressure. That upward pressure is very good for your gut motility. It also strengthens your abdominal muscles. It relaxes your nerves. It ensures good circulation. Not only that, our ancestors advise you eat your hands instead of spoon, because we are not sure how far the spoon is clean. Sometimes even soap water will be sticking to that spoon. But our hands are always hygienic, but we should wash our hands. That's very important. Without washing hands, then it is a different case. But we have to wash our hands. Our ex-president, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, he went to a conference. Food was being served. Dr. Radhakrishnan, instead of spoon and fork, preferred to eat with his own hand. At that time, Englishmen made fun of him. Oh, you are eating with your hand. Why can't you use your spoon? Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan replied, my hand is the most hygienic spoon in the world because nobody else other than me has used it so far. My hand is the most hygienic spoon in the world because nobody else other than me has used it so far. So it is a very hygienic means. So we can eat with our hand. That too right hand. Right hand is right always. So use right hand. So eating with right hand is a very good habit. Not only that, we eat on plantain leaf, right? Recently with rising diabetes, they have found out that plantain leaf has epigalactocatechin lactate. Epigalactocatechin lactate, it is good for diabetes. If you eat on plantain leaf, that EGCG gets mixed with your food. It is very good for diabetes, again scientifically proved. And it is easy to dispose this plantain leaf because it can be eaten by other animals also. So disposal is also very good. Rather than plastic plates, they are not degradable. It causes lot of trouble. But plantain leaf is easy to use, easy to dispose as well. So even in food also, we have got a lot of good things. This is point number 22. Now coming to point number 23. We observe fast on Ekadashi. I said I will complete with food only. We observe fast on Ekadashi. This Ekadashi fast has got a lot of scientific benefits. My own friend Dr. Parthasarathi from Kumbakonam in India, he has done a research on this Ekadashi fast. You can read in Google. Dr. Parthasarathi's research paper on Ekadashi fasting. It has been released by Mahatma Gandhi Medical College in Pondicherry. They have released that. He has found out that this intermittent fasting, Ekadashi, comes once in 15 days. The 11th day of the phase of the moon. The 11th day is called Ekadashi. This intermittent fasting once in 15 days, it initiates a ketogenic phase in our body and it reduces oxidative stress. This reduction of oxidative stress, it prolongs our lifespan, it delays aging, it delays shrinking of the skin, it delays the arthritis in our bones, it delays all geriatric age-related complications. So, it is very good to have intermittent fasting. Number 2, Ekadashi fasting helps in better weight control. Number 3, this Ekadashi fasting clears our entire bowel for one day. Because we give rest to our digestive system. Because this one system, it keeps on working. Because we always put something into our mouth without caring about our gut. We are all putting something into our mouth without caring in what stage our gut is. We are not worried. But if you give you one day rest, it restores good balance, replenishes its resources of digestive enzymes. It is very good for your digestive system. Not only that, the next day following Dwadashi, we do Parana. Dwadashi Parana, we complete the fast with a feast. That Dwadashi Parana, our Shastras say, you should consume before 8:30 a.m. Why means you should not overeat on Dwadashi. That's why before 8:30 you cannot overeat. Because if you suddenly overeat following one day of fasting, your digestive system cannot digest. So have early Parana in Dwadashi. Not only that, in Dwadashi Parana, you should avoid pulses. Because pulses proteins are difficult to digest. In Dwadashi Parana, you should avoid tamarind and chilies because they will cause acidity because you have already fasted for one day. So, on Dwadashi, you should take gooseberries. Gooseberries are rich in vitamin C. It reduces acidity. And then you should have Agastya amaranth. We say Agathikira. Agastya amaranth leaf you should add. That Agathikira, that green, it gives you good gut motility. We have curd pachidi. We have curd. Curd is a probiotic. It has lactobacillus. It promotes your digestion. It avoids hiccups. It reduces acidity. We have got so much health benefits. So this Ekadashi fast and Dwadashi feast following it, it has also got a lot of significance. Coming to point number 24. Every day we adorn our heads with our spiritual marks. Be it a Urdhva Pundra, be it a Tiryak Pundra, or a Tilak, or Gopi Chandan, whatever it is, as per different traditions of our own Sanatana Dharma. They are all different branches of the same tree only. The root is the same Veda. Branches may be different, but the root is the same. We all adorn our forehead with that symbol. Scientifically, it has got a great significance because you have got the pineal gland here. In yogic terminology, the Agnya Chakram is there. Just behind your forehead, you have got totally 6 chakras: Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipurakam, Anahatam, Vishuddhi, Agnya. The 6th chakra. Scientifically, the pineal gland is a small gland below your pituitary gland. This pineal gland, if you place tilak on your forehead, it gets stimulated, it gives you concentration. That's why every day before doing puja, we apply tilak on our forehead and then do puja. This pineal gland is stimulated, it gives you better concentration. Even before going to exam, our mothers used to apply tilak to the forehead of their son. Go and fare exam, best wishes, she will say, because this stimulates the pineal gland and gives him good concentration in the exam. Not only that, we wear dhotis or traditional dhotis, we wear traditional saris. In our environment, this dhoti, sari ensure good synthesis of vitamin D, because we cover everything thinking that wearing tie, wearing socks and shoe, they amount to decency, we think, and we cover entire body in our Indian system. But to our weather and our climate, this kind of coat suit or shoes, socks, they won't fit. Only if we at least leave some part of our body open, it will ensure proper synthesis of melanin, vitamin D, etc. etc. It is actually good for our health. It gives you good aeration. But even in India, what we do is we wear tight coats, tie, socks, shoe, and then have AC to prevent perspiration, and then release chlorofluorocarbon from AC, thereby damaging the atmosphere and ozone layer. This becomes a vicious circle. Our traditional dress is always good. This is point number 24. To conclude it with an interesting thing, as mentioned, I have completed my 24 points. Time is also 7 p.m. You see, I will always keep up my time sharply. But to conclude, because I started 5 minutes late only. To conclude, the quarantine. Quarantine became very famous from 2020 onwards. Because whenever 2020 came, people thought it is 2020, it's going to be like a T20 match. But who knew that T20 match, no T20 match, it will keep you at your homes. It will be locked down. People were locked, they were down, they were in lockdown. COVID came and 3 years. Everybody suffered. Some good things also happened, that's a different thing. But this COVID usually say, many people started wearing mask. Their earlobes turned forwards by wearing mask. Now after COVID was gone, now they are wearing mask in the opposite direction so that the earlobe will restore back to the previous position. We are wearing mask in the opposite direction, that much. Now coming to our point. We saw a lot of things about quarantine, lockdown from 2020 to 22. In those days, in our country, in our Sanatana Dharma, did epidemics come? If such epidemic or pandemic comes, what did they do? Did they have any technology or any modus operandi to tackle this kind of situation? Any idea? Pancharatra Agamam, the text used for worship in temples of Lord Narayana. Pancharatra Agama has a part called Sri Prashna Samhita. That Sri Prashna Samhita says, whenever such pandemic outburst happens, they do Kalhara Utsavam. Kalhara means white lily flowers. Kalhara means white lily. They perform Archana to God using white lily flowers. It is called Kalhara Utsavam. Kalhara white lily. They say some situations, in such situations you can do Kalhara Utsavam. What are they? Agama says, Parachakra Praveshepi. If enemy comes into your land and tries to conquer, you can do Kalhara Utsavam. Maha Marikaya Bhumau Sarvasmin Jananashane. If there is Mari means virus. In Sanskrit, Mari means virus. That's why during COVID lockdown, our Prime Minister used to say, Corona Mahamari. Mari means virus. So in a viral outbreak or pandemic, you can do this Kalhara Utsavam. Mahotpata bir loke piditeva grahadibihi. Or if some natural calamity happens, you can do this Kalhara Utsavam. What are the salient features of Kalhara Utsavam? First thing is curfew. First thing of Kalhara Utsavam is, they say Koppu Kattudal. If that ritual is done, nobody should leave the village. No new person should enter the village. This is one form of curfew, 144. This is done one form of isolation, quarantine. Point number 2, what they use is Sudhabir Lopayet Grama Veshmanam Bittishukramat Chandanagar Kasturi Niryasa Pravaraistata Dupayet Sarvato Dupaihi. They use sanitizer like turmeric water. They sprinkle turmeric water all over the place. These days we use sanitizers, right? They use turmeric water all over the place. Likewise, we use lot of insecticides and other things. In those days, they had dupam, smoke. That smoke, benzoin smoke, it was used to kill all the organisms which were in the part of the outbreak. And then they performed combined prayer. Always combined prayer. It always gives good results. In a satsangam, if we all join together and pray to God for the welfare of the universe, then God will definitely answer. So, Mahipate Jagannatha Kalhara Kusumotsavam Karomi Tava Devesha Tadanugnatum Arhasi. They say, please bless us with a peaceful universe. Please bless us with a peaceful world. Let the world be a better place. They all pray together. If you perform this Kalhara Utsavam, observe this curfew, clean your atmosphere and live in this quarantine or isolation, Raja Bhumi Mavapnoti, Hanyante Shatravastata, Nashyanti Vyadaya Shaiva, that epidemic or pandemic will be gone, Samprapnoti Adhikam Sukham, people will have healthy lives, their health will be restored. This has been given in Pancharatra Agamam. Have we heard of curfew, 144, quarantine before COVID? We were not aware of it. But in Pancharatra Agamam, Sri Prashna Samhita, they have written about curfew, quarantine, sanitizing, cleaning everything, disinfection using benzoin smoke. Everything has been written in Pancharatra Agamam. So even for epidemics and pandemics, we have had a lot of technology to handle all of them. So I would like to summarize all these 24 plus 1 points in the form of one shloka and one song in Tamil. My compositions only, because I only have to quote my songs. Other people will not quote. I will quote my own shloka. Paramanugatim Bhaishaja Ganitau Jyotirvidyam Mari Shamanam Jnatva Dattam Bharata Deshe Kutasthirnaf Paramparyam. Paramanugatim, we were well versed in atomic physics. Bhaishaja, we were well versed in medicine. Ganito, we were well versed in mathematics. Jyotirvidyam, we were well versed in astronomy. Mari Shamanam, we were well versed in how to tackle infections and viruses. Jnatva Dattam Bharata Deshe Kutasthirnaf Paramparyam. Our ancestors have bequeathed us with this treasure of this Sanatana Dharma, which is relevant for all time. Even today, if we put these practices in our everyday life, if we put to practice, this Sanatana Dharma will be relevant. It will give you main spiritual benefit and also additional scientific benefits. There is no doubt about that. And also one Tamil song in Yensir Kadinadiladi Asiriya Virtham, composed by me. அணுத்துகள் விஞ்ஞானமுடன் வழக்கம் தன்னில் அனுசரிக்கும் செயல்களினால் விளையும் நன்மை பணித்துடைக்கும் மருத்துவமும் பண்டிகைகள் பேடுகின்ற அறிவியலும் கணிதத்தோடு இணையறியா வானியலும் தொற்று நோய்கள் ஏற்படுங்கால் செய்முறையும் கொண்ட நங்கள் மணிநாட்டு முன்னோரின் வாழ்வியல் தன் மாண்புதனை உளமாற போற்றுவோமே. So let us all thank our elders. They have given us a great tradition. We are really blessed to be born as Sanatana Dharmis in this wonderful tradition and in the holy land of Bharat. Because in all other countries, they say, in this country, you can see lot of carrot will grow. In this country, wheat will grow. In this country, maize will grow. But in the country of Bharat, Mahans will grow. Devotees will grow. Saints will grow. Sages will grow. That kind of a land, holy land of Bharat. Because the holy land of Bharat is not mere soil. You know, Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram says, Tvam hi Durga Dashapraharana Dharini, Kamala Kamaladala Viharini, Vani Vidya Dayini. The Bharat Mata, the land of Bharat, is the embodiment of Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati, the Trinity Devis. How? When Parvati, Sati Devi, she fell into the fire of Daksha, her body split into 52 parts, and all those 52 parts fell in the holy land of Bharat as 52 Shakti Pitams. So Bharata Desham has the Amsham of Shakti. Lakshmi, we call Bharata Desham Bhumi as Bhuma Devi. Bhuma Devi is the wife of Lord Narayana. So she is one form of Lakshmi only. So Bharata Bhumi, Bhuma Devi, she has the Amsham of Lakshmi. Not only that, the name of our country is Bharat. What is Bharat? Ba means wisdom. Rata means engrossed in. Bharata means engrossed in wisdom. It is Saraswati. That's why Saraswati is called Bharati. She is engrossed in wisdom and knowledge. So, by virtue of its wisdom, Bharata Bhumi has got Saraswati. By virtue of being Bhuma Devi, it has Lakshmi. By virtue of Shakti Pitams, it has Durga. So, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Tomhi Durga Dasha Prakarana Dharini, Kamala Kamaladala Viharini, Vani Vidya Dagini, Tomarai Pratima Gati Mandire Mandire. In all temples, we worship gods made of idols in the form of muds or stones. Those mud or stone are also taken from Bharata Bhumi only, from the land of Bharat only. So, even in temples, we worship one form of Bharata Mata only in the form of those deity forms. Says Vande Mataram. So, in that holy land of Bharat, we were all blessed to be associated, and still, even if you are in Canberra, still you are all associated with your roots in Bharata Desham, with your roots in Sanatana Dharma, so that this ancient as well as relevant technology of Sanatana Dharma will ensure that every one of us will have a great, prosperous, happy, blissful life forever by adhering to the tenets of our Sanatana Dharma. And once again, I wholeheartedly thank Canberra Hindu Sangam for bestowing on me this wonderful opportunity to deliver this lecture, and I thank you all for coming in large numbers and patiently listening to this discourse, and I pray to Bhagavan that you get all prosperity, happiness, bliss and everything in your life completely. And I now open this with your permission for Q&A session.
Thanks to Swami for such a thought-provoking speech.